Smart 24, driving business.
Very good morning and Merry Christmas to you watching. And of course, today is the 25th of December 2023. Just to remind you, just in case you just woken up, today is a very remarkable day for most people, mostly for the Christians, because we get to celebrate the birth, in remembrance actually of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. And well, of course, it is a bright Monday morning in Uganda, as even in Kampala. As I was cruising through, I just realized, wow, how organized a city is when people are out in the villages. Often someone can actually crawl. Well, of course, my name is Masika Tsime, and of course, I am joined with Ened Ankuna. Good morning, Ened.
Good morning, Masi.
How was yesterday? How was your morning like when you realized today is the 25th of December?
Actually, town feels so empty.
Very
empty. On my way to work, I was like, oh wow, I wish this is how the town was all like every day, because there is no traffic meanwhile. So you're just cruising straight to work. So it's a good feeling, and town is clean, by the way. Very clean.
Yeah.
Then there is no crowd, no people on the roads, and you know all that. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Merry Christmas, our dear viewers, and it's a good day. It didn't rain, no nothing. So.
Yeah, we expect a calm day actually, because you realize actually for Kampala, when there is less traffic, there's a lot of speed. So I want to urge everyone that is on the road not to speed up, because these are we are going to be reporting cases at the end of the day of accidents. So be careful on the road. You know, when you're coming, someone is cruising and someone is crossing, because you know, you realize there are no cars. You cross, you're literally clawing on the road, thinking no one is gonna bump into you. But anyway, welcome to another week of December. We're just left with only.
It's actually the last week.
The very last week
this year.
The very last week last week that is going to usher us in the new year 2024, inshallah, like the Muslims say, if God wishes.
God wishes.
Well, of course, looking at last year's, if you compare last year's festive season and this year, and of course, when you look at East Africa, Uganda and Kenya, the most countries that celebrate Christmas, because other than Tanzania, because Tanzania, most of them are Arabs, kind of related. So definitely, but Uganda and Kenya, because at the end of the day, for Uganda, it's about partying.
You drink yourself out.
That's what yeah, but of course last year when we were still recovering from the COVID-19, people actually really did spend. It's so quite interesting how people do spend on this festive season. I took time on over the weekend to go to downtown. My goodness, it was crowded. There was no space for someone to actually pass through. So that is when this is the time where Ugandans get to spend their money, because first of all, it's time for gift sharing. People are sharing the Santas, definitely people want to look good on that day. But we shall see how the day goes, and of course we'll be getting in feeds from how it is in the city, how people are really embracing it. Well, I don't know about our Muslim friends. I believe they're the ones that are going to be open. Yeah.
I was actually shocked yesterday because, I didn't want to go to town on Saturday. And so I'm like, let me go there on Sunday and see how the situation is. I even didn't expect very many people. To my surprise, I was like, what is not happening? The place was so crowded. So in my head, I'm like, I thought people had traveled.
I mean,
what's not happening?
I mean, the ones they call villagers, the ones from the ones that congest the city have really gone. The ones with the biggest, the balconies have gone. So the ones left us who use other means of transport. But then it is regardless whether people have gone to the villages or not, business still continues. People are still making money. For someone who is strategic enough, they have really made enough money over the weekend. Starting from last week on Monday till Sunday, they have really, if they are strategic enough, I believe people who sell clothes, people who sell Christmas gifts, people who do wholesale food. They've really gotten something out of this, because people buy in stock. People want to share in the villages. Even you throw a kilo to everyone, But of course, Christmas is a holiday for every Christian, Whether you go to the now it's snowing. That is how they know it as know that it's Christmas time. But of course, in East Africa, Uganda and Tanzania take the lead. Because that is because of the love of partying and celebration and having fun. Well, of course, this year actually, I must say, for most people have been complaining about finances compared to last year. Last year people spent, most people didn't go to the village last year, but then this year people went to the village, but the money was less. If you come to think of it. But anyway, regardless of whatever happens, we are always glad that we all reached to this beautiful day and we see. So I wanted to ask you how you feel, given the fact that Christianity and our friends, of course now it's always a vice versa. Now the Muslims are open, their shops are open, and then it's their time for them to also get money. And of course I was thinking of the fact that there is this, there was anthrax, and of course I don't know the meat consumption how it's going to be, for most people that are reliant on beef. So I believe probably we shall have a feed from the abattoirs, and we see how people are really. I'm very sure by now there is a line. People are waiting fresh meat. We want to know the prices. How are the prices
and people are actually buying.
People are buying. For Uganda, it doesn't, whether there is sickness or people buy. There has to be consuming. If it's meat season, it's meat season regardless of whatever happens. Well, we're 17 minutes in the first hour of Smart Men's Business, and of course thank you for tuning in. And of course for some people they're like, oh, Christmas, it's a day like any other day. If you have a shop, you have to open it. Maybe you could do half day, just get in some money, and maybe when it's lunchtime you go and celebrate with family.
But gone are the days whereby people would start celebrating Christmas like on 23rd. They're very excited. They want to, they can't wait to get to decorate their homes. They can't. But these days, the person will tell you, oh my God, I'm going to first go to town. I open the shop till like midday, then I'll come back home. Like, they no longer have that excitement, the hype for Christmas. What's not happening?
No, it's because we're in economic struggle. Trust me, if you don't use the opportunity where people are really spending a lot, I don't think you can get out of it.
You need to know,
whatever
Interesting.
business, because now people in wineries are distributing. People in beverages are
Distributing.
So there's no way you're telling someone close the shop because it's Christmas.
No. Why?
True.
No. For the food business, I believe you have to be active. You have to really be active. But anyway, for those that are out there, yes, today is the 25th of December 2023, and we're here to let you know that we wish you nothing but the best of it all. Well, of course, when we talk about maybe when you look at the whole year 2023 and maybe last year, what do you think has really improved compared last year to this year?
Like in terms of
people economic recovery, recovering from the festive. Okay, let's talk about the first months of the year.
Oh my goodness, first months of the year, it comes to January, February. Oh my goodness.
March.
People were really struggling this year, I would say, because you would, this is a year whereby literally all schools had increased the tuition fees and all that. So people were struggling to get kids back to school, and we had COVID, so people were still recovering, because right from 2022, 2021, those years really affected us, like so bad. People had to spend a lot. Remember, people were spending, but they weren't working, apart from the essential workers, and then those that could obviously work online. So those that couldn't, meaning they were using the little savings they have, they were, trying to maneuver here and there to see it that they do get, or they earn something to look after their families, of which the moment you start using your savings, this is like now a setback. The money that you would have invested in your businesses and all that, you're now using it to feed family, to take care of the essentials and all that. So people were really affected, and still, fine, people are recovering, people are getting back into business, but then, business takes, you need to study it, it takes a good time to really get up there to where you are. So right now, I'd say people are still recovering, and those that have not even recovered yet are now the people that are really feeling the pressures and all that. Because right now, people that you could remember, if you remember so well, the talk last month was we broke. Everyone was.
That conversation will go on in the last 30 minutes of 7, and of course right about now we're joined with Andrew, and he is right there in the field to let us know what is happening in traffic right there. Good morning, Andrew. How is it there? Where are you? I can see you at the access road. Yes, if I guess right. Good morning, Andrew.
Thank you, Marcy and Enid, and of course coming live here are the Ginger Road traffic lights, where Kampala Road definitely links up with the Ginger Road. Well, it's Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, and I can see the city is pretty empty when it comes to, the accommodation to the people coming in to execute the different economic activities. Now, of course, getting into our traffic report at this particular time as to where I'm standing, let's start all the way from the access road. As you can see, very empty. And that's where some of the constructions are actually happening, most especially on that roundabout, which was renowned for quite massive potholes, but it's quite free and empty. And of course, you can understand why that is really happening. It's because it's Christmas Day. So if you're coming in from Chibuli, in Zambia, or any of those areas, Kabalagala, and you're likely to link up to this road, well, it's just a few minutes, actually, seconds, you're already arriving at your destination. It's that free and that empty, and not so many people, the few borders. It's all just free. And to show you that it's actually very, very serious, there is no traffic officer actually that is in control of the vehicles that way that are coming in from that side. So it explains quite a lot. And remember, still on the access road, that area, it links to quite a number of places. Talking about people that come from Namuwongo, talking about people that are coming in from the 7th Street, 8th Street, and 6th Street at the same time. So it explains, and the Mukwano route at the same time. But according to what we're observing, it shows you that people are really in the Christmas mood, and the majority left the place, and they are probably headed to the village. So that really presents quite an enormous opportunity when it comes to any person that is coming to execute business. Well, away from the access road, let's take a look at the Kampala road joining Ginger Road. Yes, this is one of those areas that are renowned to be slightly congested. Of course, the traffic lights hold the vehicles for quite a few minutes. But according to what I'm observing today, well, it's free, despite the fact that you'll be held for about 2 to 3 minutes and you'll be set free. Because I know majority of the people that use the branch off to Parliamentary Avenue linked to Garden City, Nile Avenue, then come over to this side and proceed. But this time around, you can actually be patient and stick into the line. Be patient with the traffic lights. They'll set you free because there is nothing that is really happening in there. And of course, talking about Kampala Road, the city center itself, it's pretty empty. Most especially even those areas that seem to be a little bit busy, as we shall observe on the show later on. And not so many people, and that explains why there are few vehicles that are coming in. And if still I look into these vehicles, they still carry few people, not so many people. They are not at full capacity as usual, like on other days. Probably, I'm not saying they're entirely less capacity, but some vehicles, of course, if you're lucky, well, you can get enough people. But that explains, as you can critically observe, it is quite not so many people that are actually moving, because majority of the people just decided to stay home and probably head to church. And we don't have quite many people that attend the churches in the city center. Probably those that could be coming to the city could be coming to attend Christmas service, but that's not really the case. Majority prefer staying into their home churches and attend service that side. So that's why the taxes, which in my observation are likely to be transporting people that are heading to churches for Christmas, they are really at low capacity today. Well, let's switch our eyes and our view. And now that is the Nile Avenue, Yusuf Road, of course, just easiest way to understand this. Garden City, the road that heads to Garden City. You can see it's very free. It normally harbors vehicles that are coming in from John Babiha Route, Kololo side, talking about Molago, Wandegea, even Kamocha at the same time. I cannot miss that out. It's normally inflated with a number of vehicles on a Monday morning, but according to the observation, you can clearly see it's quite a very free movement, and quite a few people that are, pedestrians that are passing by, heading to the different destinations. So that clearly explains to you that there is quite an enormous freedom of movement into the city, most especially if you're home and you're planning to go do shopping. That is quite something that you can definitely look into as quite a viable option for you. It's free indeed, as you can see. And maybe probably as slowly we switch our eyes to our final route, of course, that is, we want to take a look at Ginger Road, where it links up with Port Bell Road, Old Port Bell Road. And I'm talking about people that are coming in now from Bugolobi, Luzira, and those that are coming in from Nakawa area. That is those are Antinda Nakawa are talking about Chireka, Banda, Boyogere. You're still using that particular road. You can really see it's free all the way. People from Chitintale, Luzira, Mutungo are still, if you're using that road, you can still reach in town in time, because it doesn't seem to be congested in any way, despite the road linking massive vehicles coming in from the different destinations. It all seems to be free indeed. People have really left town to go and celebrate Christmas. That is in the upcountry villages with the family and loved ones. Well, that is it for our traffic report this morning. According to those observations, as you have seen all the way, as we've been observing, it's all free throughout. And any person that is leaving the city, that is leaving home, planning to come to the city, I can really assure you that it's a smooth flow. I understand the people that want to come and execute business without any limitations in terms of congestion, most especially the consumers. This is the right time for you. You can actually come do your shopping. It will be sufficient for you, and you will also have enough time to bargain through the price rather. Well, let me take you back to studio at plot 42 Nile Avenue with Enid and Masika Tseme.
see along Ginger Road, Access Road, Gwetala.
I know.
You'll find yourself you're the only
It's a
person
very
in a taxi.
By the way, talking about taxis, today morning,
Yes.
I kept on asking myself, these taxis that are driving to, town, how many passengers are in them? Then only to find that it's only the driver, it's either the driver alone or the driver and the conductor, and they're both meanwhile in the, front seats. So the taxis are literally empty. Because as I said, where are taxis on the road today? And which people are going to town? Only to find out that most of them are very empty.
But of course, some people do go to church. Some people go to down to Watoto for church service. So people are going to attend. People are going to use the transport services because of church today. As apparently it is a day for going to church. If you didn't attend, at least try and make sure you attend.
I didn't go to church yesterday.
Giving your tithe or giving your offering. Well, of course, we are just after 7 a.m. and of course we're going to go for a short breather and we shall be back talking about the Christmas period and how people are embracing this day. We shall be right back.